Daily drive-by. Check it. We got fitted with new hats, baby. We are testing out a new merch company for our 2025 drops that we want to do. And these trucker hats, mint. I think we're going to go with a little bit smaller of a logo on the hats, but the quality of them, the stitching of them, everything is spot on. Really excited to use this new merch company and really excited to put merch out there again for DTI. It's been a while since we've done it. We kind of have put that on the back burner as we just continue to push our social media presence and just elevate in like different areas. And so everything is a work in progress. Everything is a goal to go and reach. And so as we've been focusing our time and attention on different things, one of the things that had to be put on the back burner was merch. And so we know that in 2025, we want to push this out more as we push the message of what DTI is. And so I didn't know what I was going to talk about going into this episode because as you guys can hear, I am a little under the weather. I've been feeling like shit, but one thing that I've remained doing is staying consistent, both working out and with my nutrition. I'm finally home for the entire week this week, and it's been great. Kind of to just like reset, calibrate, and take a deep breath and soak in the appreciation for the little things in life. Being home with my lady, being home with my dog, and just being in my element where I have everything for my habits. My gym down in my garage, the proper nutrients and nutrition in my fridge, in my cabinet. And not only that, let me spit this gum out for you. And not only that, but your own shower, your own bed. I mean, we truly, as Americans, as humans, as people, overlook the little things in life and don't show appreciation for those. You guys, it is insane when I come home how much I just thank God to be able to sleep in my bed again. Thank God to be able to shower in my shower again. To be able to hug the people I love, hug low, give Decky a hug, see my friends. Like those little things, when you're out on the road and you're traveling a lot, you get very isolated from just like the day-to-day norm and you don't really realize it. And so as I continue to travel and as I continue to live this lifestyle of sales and being in this place and that place and doing this and that and blah, 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 I really try and hone in on the little things that I didn't want to show appreciation for, I guess you could say. And it's those little things. Seeing the people you love, hanging out with the people you love, being around and in the place that you love, your home. So with that, first and foremost, go out, walk, be one with the earth, soak in the sun, get some fresh air, see the leaves change before they're all completely off the trees, and just think about those little things. Dylan and I talked about it on the podcast episode that's coming out this week about looking at something that you're doing, but then appreciating everything else that's going around. So for instance, if you are training for something, a marathon, if you're working towards a new career, if you're looking and working towards a promotion, or if you're just looking to be healthier and happier, there's a lot of things that go on in that journey that we don't show appreciation for. And so what I mean by that is you put so much effort into applying for a new job, into getting that promotion, that there's all these things in this circle that go to it. Resumes, interviews, talking to people, networking, doing more at your job, like whatever that is, there's so much in that. But then look at the outside circle and realize like there's a lot going on in your personal life, in your family life, in your health, in your wellness, in your friends, on social media, in the world. And there's so much more to that than just that little circle of getting a new job. And I point that out because that is an extension of all of the pressure and weight that go onto that one task. So look at everything holistically and don't just look at it as that small circle of like, this is what it took to get the job. No, it took waking up early. It took showering before work. It took making those extra phone calls. It took silencing some noise that was really driving you crazy that the world was talking about. So appreciate your journey and give yourself the gratitude that you deserve for what you've went through. So now let me take a step back to the beginning of what I was talking about and how as we worked on things this year for DTI, some stuff got put to the back burner. And I've noticed that these daily drive-bys are getting a little bit more traction than they once did. And so I want to speak to the people that are here for the first time. And I want to let you guys know a little bit about who I am, who DTI is, and why it was started. And kind of what the trajectory looks like moving forward and where we're going and the exciting things that we're doing on the back end to hopefully bring you in closer, to make you feel like you're a part of this. Because it started with Dylan and I. Dylan and I are the founders and the business partners behind Desire to Inspire. And you guys can see in this hat, there's an RN in there. So the full name is Desire to Inspire Right Now. DTI. This mission, this brand, this community that we want to put out in the world, that we want people to gravitate towards, that just want to live a healthier, happier lifestyle. So for those that don't know me, Freddie Rittenauer. I came up with the idea of DTI and approached Dylan with it after I went through a very, very, very tough point in my life. I didn't show it. I didn't portray it to anybody around me. But when I lost my father 10 years ago now, I was always told, or I was told a lot during his funeral session and afterwards, you're the man of the house now. You're the man of the house now. Take care of your mom and your sister. You're the man of the house now. You're the man of the house now. And that put a lot of weight on my shoulders at 20 years old. Weight that I didn't know it put on me, and weight that I didn't express. Meaning I held emotions in. I didn't talk about it. I almost hid my dad's passing inside of me. People would ask, how are your parents, this and that? Oh, they're good. People would ask about my dad or stuff like your father, and I would just act as if dad was still here. And because of that, I held a lot of my emotions in. And I'm not saying that I was always perfect, and I'm not saying that I didn't go to people when I needed to, but the majority of the time, I did not show emotions. I didn't cry in front of people. I didn't let people know that I was down and out. I didn't let people know how I was truly feeling or how this was actually affecting me. And it got me to an extremely dark place. Also, that I didn't share with people. I got to a point where, I didn't even know if I wanted to be on this earth anymore. And I didn't ever want to take my own life. So I stress that because I never wanted to take my own life. But I was wondering, why am I here? Why do I deserve to be here? What is my point on this earth? People won't care if I'm not here. And hearing that in the beginning was very hard, and I wouldn't talk about it because I didn't want people to worry about me. I didn't want people to judge me. And quite frankly, when you go through hard shit, most people don't talk about it. They don't talk about their feelings. And so I want to help normalize that. I want to help let other people know that it's okay to not feel like yourself. It's okay to be down and out. It's okay to be in a hard place. But what's not okay is holding it in. And so when I was going through this dark patch in my life where I was waking up and I was completely numb, I couldn't feel my fingers, my toes, my mind was in a very weird place. I was depressed. I was anxious. I never went through that before. I never, ever, ever went through it. I had the old school mentality of, you're not fucking depressed. You're not anxious. That shit's not real. Go out there and fucking work. Shit's not real. Get out of your head. Go out there. And I just had this old school mentality until I was fucking depressed, until I was fucking anxious. And so I approached Dylan, and again, I'm telling you guys this story is, as I was going through this dark patch, as I was having these thoughts, these feelings, something clicked, and I didn't even realize what was going on. When I was going through this, I was naturally just going to a gym that was in Texas called Trophy Fitness. And I was going there. I was always intimidated because I was a little guy, and you know, I couldn't lift this weight or that weight in high school, and everybody always was, come on, go and get under that. Ha, bet you can't do that weight. And so I was always a little guy. And I didn't know that it affected me until later in life. But I say that because it was hard for me to step into the gym. But for some reason, I was going to the gym during this hard point in my life. And then one day, I was like, wow, I'm not having these thoughts anymore. I don't have this feeling anymore. I kind of feel good. I kind of feel energized. And then I was like, holy shit. It's like, maybe there's more to this physical health and mental health that people aren't talking about. Maybe there's a bridge between physical and mental health that's not built yet. I'm like, all right. So I continued to, go outside and walk to the gym because it was close enough, and I'd go through the motions. And then one day, something clicked in my head where I was like, desire to inspire, baby. And I was like, that's got a ring to it. Oh, that's powerful. Desire to inspire. And as I was singing this, and I just kept re-saying it daily and daily, and I put it in my notes, desire to inspire. Desire to inspire right now. Because right now, we used to have Right Now Beverage. My last name is Rittenauer. Right Now was a beverage company that my family had, and they were drive-thrus. So it was a great name. Ritenau. There's a crow right there. I can tell that story later, but what's up, Pops? And so I was like, all right. And one of my friends, who you guys know if you watch the podcast, if you know anything about DTI, was Mr. Dylan Thacker. And Mr. Dylan Thacker was doing something to me that I didn't realize he was. He was posting stories about his fitness journey. And I related to it. I don't know why I did, but Dylan and I were mutual friends of friends. But he was always posting runs, working out. And Dylan used to be a big boy at one point. But he got himself in shape. And I was like, man, if there's anybody that I could do this journey with, it would be Dylan. He's already posting about his fitness journey. He's already posting things on social media. I would post pictures here and there on my timeline. I wasn't dare gonna put my face in front of a microphone. I wasn't dare gonna put my story out there. But I messaged Dylan and I said, hey bro, I was like, I got a business idea for us and I want you to be a part of it. And he was like, what's up, man? Let me hear. And so without telling the elongated version and making this too long, it took me a year and a half before I finally came to Dylan and gave him the idea. And he would bug me every other month. What is it, bro? Hey, I'm working on it. Let me finish, bro. What was really going on is I was scared to tell him the meaning behind DTI and where my vision was for it, because I wasn't comfortable telling my story. I wasn't comfortable being vulnerable. I wasn't comfortable putting myself out there and getting judgment, getting criticized for it. And so it took me a long time till finally Dylan was like, I don't care what it is. This week you're telling me, let's get it going. I was like, all right. So we jumped on a call, I think it was. And I was like, dude, desire to inspire. He's like, what? And I was like, desire to inspire, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, like, there is a bridge that needs to be built between mental and physical health, bro. Like, people aren't talking about it enough. Dylan, I was in this state, and then the gym pulled me out, and blah, blah, blah. You're already doing it. Like, what are your thoughts around this? He's like, I like it. He's like, my initial thoughts are, I want to add this and this and blah, 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 blah. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. That's what we were missing. And then one thing led to another. One conversation led to another. But what happened was there was action behind what I wanted to do. There was action behind this vision. And if I wouldn't have approached Dylan, but mainly if Dylan wouldn't approach me and said, no, I don't give a fuck. This week, you're telling me what it is. Nothing would have happened. this dream, this aspiration, this desire to want to help more people, to want to make an impact on this world while I'm here, would have never happened if Dylan didn't hold me accountable to let him know what my thoughts were around this business. And so I stress how important that is, because this is still a work in progress. There are a lot of things that we don't do good, that we don't do great. There are a lot of things that we could do different. But the main message of DTI as of right now, or the main thing behind it, is we haven't fucking given up. Just like I didn't give up on myself when times were hard. Just like I didn't give up on myself when I didn't know what my purpose or my why was on this earth. Just like I didn't give up after my dad passed away and completely let my life go. Just like I didn't give up and stay comfortable where I was comfortable. I moved across the country. I graduated college. I found new friends. I built new relationships. I didn't give up on myself. I kept going to the gym. I kept going outside and getting steps in. And Dylan did the same thing with his story. And as we're building our story, as we're building these things, as we're building this brand of DTI, we have never once said, I don't think we should do this anymore. We're not making buku bucks. We don't have the most clients. Never once in this entire journey that's been going on for 3 years now have we ever said, maybe it's not there for DTI. The passion, the desire, the inspiration, the motivation, the stories, the community, the people that we have helped and that we have encompassed in our life are the reasons why we keep driving forward. And so I said in the beginning that the merch has been put on the back burner this year because we are focusing our time and attention elsewhere to build this brand. And what that meant is we got better with our newsletters. We got better with our podcast. We started promoting our podcast on new platforms. We started clipping our podcast so that way we could get it out more. So that way we could spread this message. We helped our clients more that are then telling other people, that are changing their lives. Not only that, but we're building a community where we did a Spartan race with people. We did half marathons. We did full marathons. We did 10Ks. And we inspired people. And the whole thing behind Desire to Inspire is having people tell their DTI moments. A DTI moment doesn't have to be built in the gym. A DTI moment doesn't have to be running a marathon. But a DTI moment can be going out there and helping somebody. A DTI moment can be you doing whatever you're doing that's making you better. That's getting your mind off of those thoughts that are just so hard to get past. A DTI moment can just be hearing somebody else's success story. A DTI moment is just living a happier, healthier life. Instead of picking up the bag of chips, you pick up some fruit. Instead of drinking another pop, you pick up a water. Instead of sitting on the couch, you go out and get steps. Instead of getting upset in traffic, you find the appreciation you're okay. That somebody on the other side of that traffic might not be okay. And so it's all right to sit in this traffic. Guess what? Now it gives me time to think. Now it gives me time to grow and reflect. And so although the Desire to Inspire is built around fitness and getting better, fitness has been approached differently. And you don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to lift a certain amount. You don't have to do what other people are doing to see success. We build these habits and we surround ourselves by habits and building those and compounding those habits because that's where the success comes from. If we were to build something where it forced you to do it, you wouldn't do it. And so the merch got put on the back burner, and this main story, or this story that I'm telling today in this daily drive-by, is not around merch. But it's around the lifestyle that you live. And guess what? You might have to put friends on the back burner for a little bit. You might have to put family on the back burner for a little bit to work on you. And that's what's important, and that is the main message here. Is that you don't have to build and grow something that's a company. Your company is you. And you first have to get comfortable with where you are in life, what you are doing, how you're influencing others. But mainly, are you happy? Are you healthy? And are you working on those things first internally to then portray externally? I preach a lot about finding your purpose and your why in life. And I think that is so important because then it gives you that passion to go after something. Your passion could be going to coffee shops and doing something around coffee shops. Your passion could be tattooing, a barber. Your passion could be bartending, so you want to open up some fancy bar. Your passion could be reading books. And so finding that passion allows you to kind of step back and be proud of the person that you are, the person that you're becoming, the things that you're working on, the things that you're doing. And that's what we're doing with DTI, is we found the passion. We found the why behind it. Now we got to work on all the other stuff. Growing it, educating people on it, building it. And so don't be shy and don't be upset if you got to say no. If you have to tell people, no, sorry, I can't. Or no, I won't do this. Or even if you have to tell yourself no, because you know that it's important to work on you. Because once you have this and this, figure it out. It's not always going to be figured out. But once you have this and this figured out, meaning your heart and your mind, it's a lot easier to ride the path of life. It's a lot easier to figure out where to put your time and attention. It's about making the hard no over the easy yes. Shout out Nick Bear for that. It's a lot easier to make the hard no over the easy yes. One more Nick Bear quote that I'll use is, it's better to be consistently good over occasionally great. Meaning, do it. Even if it's small increments daily, just go out and do it, because that will build, grow, compound on each other. So, if you want more of this, go and watch our podcast episodes, watch other daily drive-bys. It will really wrap up and make sense what DTI is as a whole, who I am as a whole. I go more in depth on all of these things that I just talked about in plenty of other episodes, but I want to continue to push this message, push this narrative, because life's fucking hard. Life is so hard, but it becomes a lot easier when you put yourself first for a little bit of time, to then be able to give more of yourself and provide more of yourself. So have the desire to inspire, because again, you need the desire within yourself, whatever area that is, to then go and inspire the world. I just want to impact one person a day. Dylan just wants to impact one person a day. DTI just wants to impact one person a day. Because if we can help that one person be a little bit better, be a little bit happier with themselves, be a little bit more confident, then they're going to go out and impact somebody as well. And this chain is just going to continue to expand. So that way we can all live a healthier, happier lifestyle. So as always, go out there, have the desire to inspire. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's all I got. It's on.